Time. It moves so naturally, we rarely question it. It hums in the background like a soft rhythm, tick by tick, hour by hour, year by year. We plan around it, chase it, try to hold on to it. But what if time isn't what you think? What if beneath its steady ticking lies something more slippery, a quiet illusion dressed up as certainty? Tonight, you're invited into a slow unraveling, not to answer questions, but to rest inside them. We begin our descent here, where stillness and curiosity meet, a place where the mind can stretch and maybe even soften. Imagine this. An arrow is flying through the air, smooth, fast, cutting the wind. But according to the ancient philosopher Zeno, it's not actually moving at all. He said, to understand motion, we must understand each individual moment. And in each precise moment, the arrow is frozen. It occupies one fixed space. No blur, no transition, just stillness. But if every moment of motion is still, how does motion ever happen? If you freeze frame time down to its smallest slice, you'll find no motion, no passage, just the illusion of movement stitched together by the mind's need for continuity. It's like flipping through pages of a book quickly. Each page, a still image, but your brain fills the gap, creates a movie, builds a story of motion. And so time might just be a film reel we forgot we're projecting. Zeno's paradox isn't about solving motion. It's about revealing how fragile our sense of flow really is. We live our lives inside something we can't touch, can't see, can't slow down or speed up, yet it rules nearly everything. What if time doesn't pass at all? What if we're the ones who pass through moments like shadows, walking through still light? Zeno's paradox is a whisper asking us to look again, to pause, to consider that maybe movement isn't real, maybe only position is. And when we stop, when we truly become still, maybe we're closer to reality than ever before. In the next part of our descent, we'll explore a deeper paradox, one that questions whether time flows at all, or whether every moment is already frozen in place. But for now, breathe and let the arrow hang there, suspended in the air, motionless, yet strangely alive, because time isn't what you think, and the spiral is just beginning. Close your eyes for a moment. Think about a memory, any memory, something soft, a moment that mattered. Maybe you were standing under a tree. Maybe someone looked at you, and in that second, the world paused. Now ask yourself, where did that moment go? Is it gone forever, a flicker burned out? Or does it still exist, somewhere you can't see? This is where we begin the next turn of the spiral. There are two old ideas about time. One says only the present is real, that the past is just memory, and the future, just imagination. You exist only here, in this thin slice called now. Everything else is dust, echo, maybe fiction. This is presentism, the belief that the present moment is all there is. But then there's a stranger thought, a quieter theory that stretches everything out like a map. It says the past still exists, and so does the future. Every moment, even this one, is just a coordinate on a fixed timeline. You're not moving through time. You're already in it, like a photograph pinned to the fabric of the universe. This is eternalism, the idea that every moment is equally real, just hidden from your current perspective. If eternalism is true, then your future already exists, right now, somewhere. The moment you fall in love, the moment you say goodbye, the moment you realize something and can never go back. They're already out there, waiting. That's not meant to be frightening. It's meant to be humbling. Because if all moments are real, then maybe we don't create meaning. Maybe we discover it, one still frame at a time. There's something comforting about this. Maybe that person you lost, they still exist in a moment you once shared, and that moment is still happening out there in the unseen folds of time. Eternalism gives us a kind of mercy, a way to hold on without clinging, to love without fearing loss, to know that the beauty we've touched never really vanishes. It simply moves out of view. We tend to think of time as a line, but maybe it's more like a gallery. Every moment a painting, and we're just walking past the frames. The question isn't whether time is real, but which version of it we choose to live inside. In the next part of our spiral, we'll ask a harder question. What if time doesn't just stretch or freeze, but bends depending on where and how you move? Rest now. Let your mind dissolve a little more, because time isn't what you think, and we're only halfway down. Picture this. You and your twin are born on the same day, same breath, same beginning. But one of you climbs into a spacecraft. The other stays here on Earth. The ship rises, drifts into silence, and accelerates to near the speed of light. And while they travel, you grow older. Slowly, steadily, years begin to pass. But your twin, they hardly age at all. When they finally return, their face is barely changed. But yours, etched with time, wrinkled with years. 2 lifetimes, born together, split by speed. This is the twin paradox. And it's not science fiction. It's real, tested, observed. Time bends. It moves differently depending on how fast and how close to gravity you are. The faster you move through space, the slower you move through time. And so, two people can live two versions of time from the same origin. This breaks something inside us, doesn't it? We think of time as shared, constant, but this paradox shows us that it isn't. Time is not a straight road. It's a river with currents. And you're in your own stream. No two flows are the same. You sit across from someone at dinner. You laugh at the same joke. Feel like you're living the exact same moment. But in truth, you're not. Your heart beats slightly differently. Your thoughts arrive in a rhythm no one else can touch. And even time, that universal glue, isn't so universal after all. It's an illusion we create to feel close. But beneath it all, we are always drifting slightly apart. The twin paradox tells us more than science ever intended. It whispers something quieter, that we are alone in time. No matter how close we are to someone, our clocks never truly align. Our aging is ours, our unfolding ours, and yet there's something beautiful in that. To know that even as we move through time at our own pace, we still find moments where we meet, share, laugh, love, little collisions of consciousness across rivers that never truly run parallel. If time can bend, then what else can it do? Can it forget? Can it double back? Can it split in two? In our final spiral, we'll enter a different kind of paradox, not one of physics or clocks, but of identity. What happens when time moves on, but you're not sure you do? We'll meet the paradox of memory and change next. The moment when you realize you're not who you used to be, but you're still you. Breathe. Stay soft. We're almost there. Because time isn't what you think, and the spiral is nearly complete. Let's end where all paradoxes eventually lead to the self. Because time isn't just something we move through. It's something that moves through us, shaping, sanding, softening, until one day we stop and ask a quiet question. Am I still me? The Ship of Theseus is a simple story with impossible edges. Imagine a wooden ship. Over time, the boards rot. One by one, they're replaced. Every beam, every sail, every nail, until nothing original remains. Now ask, is it still the same ship? And if it's not, when did it stop being the same? Was it after one piece? 10? The last? And what if someone took all the old pieces and reassembled them into another ship? Now, which one is Theseus's ship? Now, replace the ship with yourself. Every cell in your body has changed since you were a child. Your thoughts are different. Your beliefs have bent and cracked. You've broken promises, healed wounds, forgotten dreams, loved, lost, rebuilt, and yet you still call yourself I. So what exactly is being preserved? What part of you remains when everything else has been quietly replaced? Maybe the self isn't a thing. Maybe it's a pattern, a story retold in slightly different words each time we wake up. Maybe the you from 5 years ago was a different ship sailing the same sea under the same stars. And yet, you carry that version, their fears, their laughter, their scars, like planks you still haven't replaced, but might someday. And that's okay, because being human isn't about staying the same. It's about holding space for every version we've ever been. We started this descent trying to understand time, but maybe time can't be understood. Maybe it's not a line, or a spiral, or even a river. Maybe it's a mirror, one that changes shape depending on how we look at it. What if time doesn't pass? What if we do? And what if that's not a tragedy, but a gift? Because if nothing ever truly stays the same, then every moment, even this one, is sacred, unrepeatable, unimaginably real, and already gone. You've reached the end of the spiral, but it doesn't close, it opens into silence, into stillness, into the place where questions rest without needing to be answered. Time isn't what you think. It never was. But maybe that's the point. Let go and drift.